is painting colors like a neon tide. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Vibes up high, let the good seeds grow. Vibes up, sharing positivity. Lifting hearts, inspiring unity. Chris and Kat with the spark we need. Vibes up, they plant the seed.
Episode, I forgot what episode this is, but anyways. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hello, Tanner.
Hi.
I'm so happy you're here.
I am too. This is so exciting. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And this is your first, right?
Yes, this is my first time.
It is going to be a blast because
we have lots to talk about.
Lots to talk about. It's going to be fun. And usually on this show, people expand to other shows. So this is opening a lot of doors for you. So I'm very excited for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Here we usually, we help people. We love to have people come in the community with their animals and let them talk about their animals and stuff like that. And everyone in the comments is also involved. So let's say hi to them. Bye. Hello, Duval. Hey. Awesome. So here you go, Tanner. Someone's saying hi to you.
Hi. Hi, Michael.
Nice. All right. So Tanner, you're here because I'm very excited. When I came across your page, I saw things that I loved, which was one, you're a goth girly like me.
You're stunning, by the way.
You're stunning. Oh my gosh. And just like yesterday too, Ash Crits, I don't know if you saw it, but she was on my show. She's also a goth girl.
Mm-hmm.
We love her.
We love a goth daddy.
Yeah. And then you have what is it? A devil mountain?
A black devil boa.
Yes.
Yes.
Please tell us, what is it like having that beautiful animal?
He's my happiness. Seriously, he's such an angel. I just got him at the beginning of October, so the entrance to spooky season. It was great. I had thought about getting one for a while, and I was starting to look around, and I saw him, and I was like, that one's mine. He's gonna be my baby. And I got him. I had a ball python beforehand, so I had gotten familiar with snakes. I knew what I was doing. And so I always knew that I wanted a black devil boa. They're just so cool. They're beautiful. Oh, they're stunning. And so when I got him, honestly, there was a lot to learn. I feel like boas and ball pythons, they're similar, but they're different at the same time. And so when I got him, there was a lot of learning to do for sure. And so when I got him, he's definitely, the breeder had warned me and was like, he's bitey for sure. But once you handle him and get used to him and he gets used to you, you'll be okay. And so when I first got him, I put him in his cage and I was like, all right, guy, I'm going to leave you alone for a while. And then at the beginning, we had a little rough patch. He did not like me. And, honestly, it was a little bit scary for me. I was scaring him and he was scaring me. It was honestly what it was. And I felt terrible. We just had one not bad interaction, but, he hissed at me and my ball python never hissed at me. So that was the first time I ever experienced that. I was terrified. So I put him back, let him settle down. And then after that, we just slowly, I handled him for like 5 minutes and then 10 minutes and then 15 minutes. And then it's such a beautiful thing getting the trust of a snake. I don't know. Like I have a dog as well and she's my baby. And, a dog automatically is going to be nice for the most part. Mm-hmm. And so, having that where like a dog automatically likes you is different than a snake where you have to earn his trust. And that's just so precious to see after a while of like, oh, he tolerates me, he likes me.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
Yes.
He's a IMG, right?
Yes. Yep. He's an IMG Motley. There's a bunch of other acronyms I haven't written down. I don't have it memorized.
That's fine.
But yeah, no, I love him. He's so sweet. I love him.
That's awesome. So how many snakes currently do you have?
I just have one, but as I'm like getting more into like the reptile community and seeing everybody have so many, like you, like Ray's reptiles. She's
Hmm.
the first person that I really like dove into in the community, and I got to talk to her a little bit before I even got to Shia, and she was super nice. But
Yeah.
seeing everybody with multiple reptiles, I definitely have some things that I want on my list. So we'll see what happens in the future.
So what's your next one that you're thinking about?
I want a tarantula.
Whoa, hold on. What? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yes. Oh, Raven is coming to say hi, my dog. So I went to a reptile expo, and I am terrified of spiders. Everybody knows if it's the tiniest little spider on my desk, I'm running. I'm running.
Mm.
And so when I went to this reptile expo, I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask somebody, a breeder, and see if I can just hold it and see if, how does it go? And so luckily I met this woman, and she had like 3 of her little kids holding tarantulas just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, if these little kids can be holding tarantulas and they're loving their life, so can I.
Yeah.
So I asked, and she said yes. It was super fun. And I was holding her. It was a female. And she was like, just make sure, you're close to the table. So that way, if she fell, like that would be bad. And so I'm like, okay. And just watching the tarantula like slowly walk on my hand, I don't know. It was just such a moment where I was like, oh my gosh, she is really more afraid of me than I am of her. And that, I guess, was just such a switch. I'll be honest, I still, if I see a spider in my house, I do freak out. However, a tarantula, I'm like, wait, this could be something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So many different colors, so many different varieties.
Mhm.
Do you remember which tarantula it was that you were holding?
I don't. I know she grabbed like the most beginner one. I know she
Okay.
was saying that. She was like, this is the most beginner friendly one that we have. She's really chill. And that was the one that she grabbed. It was not a colorful one or anything like that. It was very simple.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, so you get to cross that off your bucket list, I guess, right?
Yes, that was very cool. And now I'm telling everybody, I'm like, go hold a tarantula. It'll change your life.
That's what I've been telling everybody.
Mhm.
I do that all the time. And I've got most of my friends in the reptile community. Now they're in the arachnid community. So I'm like, yes, I'm converting
Yes.
people.
Yes, no, they're very cool. And I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot to learn with them. So
Yeah.
we'll see. And I did see when I was there at the reptile expo, they had little coffin enclosures for the
Yep.
tarantulas. And that was right up my alley, I'm sure with you too. I was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You know what the cool thing about those enclosures is that you can have it horizontally, like laid down, and you could also use it for an arboreal.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would be cool.
yeah. So I've had one, and I've used it for both occasions, and it works really great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Something to think about.
yeah. So how long have you been, or when did you first get started into wanting to keep these animals, and your level of searchingness, I guess?
Yeah, so it was 2022. It was Halloween, and I was going on a bar crawl, and this guy had 2 ball pythons, and one was like fully grown and one was a baby, probably like a year or 2 old. And I was like, I want to hold the big one. Again, I've never held a snake. I've seen them at the fair when they have like the huge, like the pythons, like the yellow ones. And I was like, never doing that. And then I saw him, and I was like, please, can I like, it was the same thing with the tarantula. I'm like, can I just try it? He's like, yeah, of course. And it was honestly the same experience where I was like, wow, he's so chill. He's so chill. And it was like, when they like slightly, like tighten on you, I'm like, this feels so nice. And like, again, they're just doing what they do. But like in your head, you're like, wait, they like me. They're cuddling me. It's cute.
Yeah.
And so yes, exactly. I love it. And so from that day on, I was like, I'm going to get a snake at some point. And so fast forward to last November, there was the San Diego Reptile Expo. And so I went, and there was a black and white ball python. And so, of course, I went for him. Had him 2 sheds later. He was brown.
Oh.
He was brown and white. And that's kind of when I started doing my research. And that's when I was like, oh, a black devil boa, yes. And I had gotten my ball python with an X. And so when we split, who was taking the snake, I was like, you can have him. I know you love him, and I want the snake. So it worked out for both of us at the end of the day. And then, and now I have Cheshire.
Nice. Wow. So the next time you go to one of those expos, look up Juice's arthropods. Tell him I sent you. That is one of my great friends, Juice.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, he usually goes to all of the, California.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, check out his website. Check out everything that he's doing. He's making his own dirt, his own substrate. Not only for inverts, but also he does stuff for reptiles. So he's awesome.
I'll definitely ask you for the link later.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So you've brought in a guest here, a viewer. I don't know. I think that's for you. I don't know who that is, but thank you. Hi, and thank you for being here. Awesome. So, when you were at those expos, was that your first time?
Yeah, my one last year when I got the ball python, that was my very first expo I've ever been to.
Oh, wow. So now you know how to like find more expos and when's the next one and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will be honest, I've had a little bit of a struggle finding them. Or I guess there's not that many local to San Diego. I know they have the yearly one, which is the one I went to last year. And then I had the one this year when I held the tarantula. I went to that one. But I definitely want to go to more. I'm not exactly sure where else they are. I did hear from a friend that there's a huge one in Vegas. So.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But I'll always just search up Reptile Expo, and then I'll always see if there's one. But I think San Diego is pretty much like a yearly one, at least from what I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Those expos are a great way for people who are just beginners and started to get into the reptile hobby or any kind of, animal keeping. It's really a good way because you get to see the different variety stuff and you get to basically window shop, and you get to test out, like, I don't know if all the shows they can let you hold an animal, but most majority you can hold an animal and then you get to test out if it works for you and if it doesn't, and then you get to go to the next one and then so forth. So I'm glad you really got to go.
Yeah, they do a good job, at least the two that I've been to. They do a good job of answering all of my questions, and they have so much there, from accessories for your tank or for your enclosure to the animals themselves, of course. And then, it was really cool to see the first one to where I knew absolutely nothing. And then the second one where I actually got to connect with people. And I was walking around again. I knew I wanted the black devil boa. And so I'm walking around, do you have it? Do you have them? And so finally somebody was like, we don't, but my good friend does. And then that's how I got that connection. And then that's how I got Cheshire. But it was cool to like I said, go from not knowing anything to like, okay, I know where I'm going with this. I know what I want. And like being able to talk to people, and everybody there is so nice. They're so genuine. They're so just there to help. I feel like that's unique for the reptile community, because I feel like going from, a dog, I'll go on the dog Reddits and ask the question. Everybody's so quick to judge. And granted, there are the same type of people in the reptile community, but as far as the expos go, everybody just wants to help and they want everybody to have the best care for their reptiles, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it really is. Definitely. So do you see yourself not full blown getting like hundreds, but like, do you see yourself gradually getting more, like, or is it just like at one shot, like getting everything at the same time?
I think it would be gradual. I think it would be a gradual growth. I want to like slowly get into it. I would hate to overwhelm myself, because the last thing you want to do is get a whole bunch of animals and then now you can't take care of them and then now you're rehoming them. I never want to face that situation. So I think just being able to slowly get into it, like even the tarantula that is like the next one in theory that I do want, I have a friend who's interested in getting one. So I'm kind of like, let me wait, let me like see him get his tarantula, let me go over, hold it, familiarize myself with the care and everything and see it in action before I get it. Because like I said, the last thing I would want to do is get an animal. Like people get snakes all the time and then they're scared of them and then now they can't take care of them. And so I don't want that. So I definitely think it would be a gradual thing, but I could see myself with a few. I could get convinced.
It's easy to get convinced, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yes. Kiko, what's up, Kiko?
Hey.
Thank you for being here. For sure. And you brought up a really good point of just doing your research, because there are some that they look at an animal and they're like, yep, I want it. I take it home. It doesn't have the best life because they just do it because they want it, put it out on social media or whatever. No, you can actually see a person that loves these animals and takes care of them because it's for them. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that I got to see that you do that. So thank you for what you do too.
Yeah, and it's always important if anybody's watching and considering it, ask as many questions as you can. Genuinely, like when I was talking to basically Boaz is where I got
Yeah.
Cheshire, and I asked him every question under the sun, like
Yes.
how big will he get? And like obviously I already kind of knew, but I wanted to ask like for his Boaz specifically. And then I asked, is he aggressive? Or not aggressive, defensive.
Right.
Um, how is he right now? What are your bros like as they get older, et cetera, et cetera. Like I asked so many questions, and
Mhm.
he actually like took a second because I was obviously apologizing, like I'm so sorry, like I'm blowing up your phone. He's like, are you gonna get the boa or not? And I'm like, I will, I am. I just have questions. And so
Right.
he was like, no, I'd rather you ask as many questions as you can than get him and then rehome him. So definitely just ask. It never hurts to ask. And again, if you're getting your reptile from a reputable breeder, they want you to ask those questions.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So you were probably one of their star customers asking those questions, because those are very important questions. And I'm glad you got to ask those questions. And
Mhm.
now that you brought that up, now people who are going to see this, they're going to be like, yes, those are the questions I need to ask. So good job.
For sure. Yeah.
She has great, hold on. She has great taste in boas for the first one. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yes, he's beautiful. If I didn't just feed him yesterday, I would definitely have him out with me. But
Yeah.
it's so sad. I hate that when it's like the 2 or 3 days where I'm just like, we're just looking at each other.
That's okay though.
Yeah.
You had a story. You had put a story on what didn't go so well. What happened with that?
Oh, so so it went fine. So for those who don't know, I make little videos on Instagram. And I do the weekly feeds of feeding Cheshire, and
Mhm.
I like to stay goofy. I like to just be me in them,
Yeah.
and so they're always chaotic. And so yesterday, well, for one, I was off on Monday. I always feed them on Tuesdays. That way I can make the video that I do and then, post it on Wednesday. And so I took off Monday. Tuesday came along. I thought it was Monday. And then it was like 11 o'clock. And I was like, wait, I was supposed to feed you today. And so
Yeah.
I was already a day late, which, is okay. But I was a day late. And then I went to go feed him. I recorded everything. And then I always do a time lapse. So after I feed him, I turn on the time lapse and then I leave him alone. He does what he does.
Yeah.
I thought I hit record and I didn't. So it was just like, that's like the best part is watching. I love it. And he was in like the perfect spot too. Cause normally he's a little bit, hidden or, of course
Yeah.
he's turned facing the other way. But this time he was facing in the perfect direction. He was all the way out too. It was going to be great. And of course I didn't hit record. So.
The only time you had one job.
Yeah, literally one job. One job. So it was fine. He was chilling. I came back, he's like perched up and I'm like, great. I didn't hit record. So it was a good feed. He did great. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I assume he was fine. So that just stunk because that's like the highlight of the whole video. So
Yeah.
but nonetheless, I love sharing facts during the videos too. So we shared a little fact in there and
That's good. Yeah. Oh man, I hate when it happens. Like those are the moments where you wish you had a time machine.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, exactly. So did you ever, growing up, did you ever think that you would be in this moment? I have a snake, my dream snake. Did you ever think that that would happen?
No, never. Like I said, I was scared. I'm scared of spiders. Honestly, I've never seen a snake until a year ago in the wild. Actually, not even a year ago, like 3 months ago. Like
Wow.
maybe I saw one grass snake or garden snake
Uh-huh.
once, but that's it. So I never really saw a snake unless I was in like, like the zoo or something. Like that was
Yeah.
it. So I was never really familiar with them. My parents were definitely not going to have a snake in their house. And so it was just never a thing. I didn't even really have friends that had snakes growing up. So it was just so out of the norm. And like I said, in 2022, when I saw that guy that had the boas and I held them, that was the day where I was like, yep, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. I will get my knowledge and I will go get a snake. And so here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a question here. What made you decide to get a snake?
Yeah. So in 2022, I was out and this guy had two boas just hanging out like in the park, and I assumed that he was offering people to hold them, and so I was like, hi, I've never held a snake, like I let him know I've never held a snake before, I'm scared, but can I do it? And he was like, absolutely, they are so chill. And so he was like, which one do you want? Because he had a very small one, and then he had a fully grown one, and I was like, I want the fully grown one. And so I held him, and just seeing how chill they were and how calm they were and just how beautiful they were, most of all. I was like, and I actually was asking him about the care right then and there too. I was like, what is it like? What do you do? He's like, I only feed them like once every 2 weeks. Like, it's great. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the easiest animal to take care of. And then, you start getting into all the humidity and stuff like that. But as far as, feeding and maintenance, it's not too bad. And so, yeah, that was really just what sold me right then and there. And just seeing his appreciation for snakes too, I was like, wow, these are really cool animals.
Yeah. That's awesome. I know, like, you rarely don't see someone just walking in the park and like, what? There's a snake over there.
Yep. I took my boa out because I was walking my dog, and I actually and I took Cheshire with me. I was like, let me see how he does. I didn't go far because it was our first time. I was like, okay, I don't want you to be scared or anything. We just literally walked up the street and then came back. But I was like, this is so cool. I can't wait for him to get older. And, it's the same way as handling him. I handle him like short periods of time, then grow it outside, because I was like, I would love to do that because he changed my life. And so I would love to do that for somebody else. And
yeah,
that would be so cool.
That is so true. Anything you do has either a positive or a negative effect on others. So I think what that person did really had a positive effect. And look what happened.
Yeah.
You get to explore new things that you never thought would happen. And now you found a joy that you actually love. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I hope that man is doing his best and enjoying the life that he deserves, because I love him for it, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself in the future either like breeding or being more involved in the reptile community?
I've slightly looked into it just because I have a black double boa and I know like they're gorgeous. Like it would be very cool to do that. I don't think that that's for me. I've heard like people, looking for other people who have the snake and like to do the breeding. So maybe if somebody were to reach out to me and was like, hey, like, we can work together on this, that would be cool. But I don't think it's like in my capability to do it necessarily. But it would be really cool. I've looked into it quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, well, we never know. Like I said, I didn't even know I would have one snake. So
yeah,
let's see.
That's it. Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I didn't think, like, I was always into tarantulas and I would have them in my room, but like never thought about breeding until like I talked to more, my friends and stuff, and I'm like, let me just try it. First shot, it went great, and I'm like, okay, I have a knack for it, so I'm gonna continue doing it. And so here we are, and now I have reptiles. I mean, I always had reptiles since I was a kid, but now they're mine, and I get to find a new experience, a new joy that I never thought I could ever do. And it, things like that, you just never know until you try it.
For sure. Sure. So yeah, I mean, I think it would be the same thing as me getting a snake, where if I could find somebody local, I guess the reptile expo would be the best place. But getting somebody to talk or like almost see, like, can I go to where you're breeding and like see what you're doing and actually see it in act or in action. Maybe that could flip my mind, but yeah, it would be very cool.
Yeah. For now, you are enjoying it and it's giving you peace. So take that and just run with it.
Yes.
Relax, watch that little baby grow because it's so rewarding and it's very liberating when you get to see like that shed come off and
Yes.
see the different sizes as it grows. It's just like, wow, I can't believe it was this tiny. And I was like, what
I
happened?
I know. I'm so excited. I have always, since I got him, was like, I can't wait till he grows up. Can't wait till he grows up. And then I actually just made a video. I just made a video the other day where I was like, you know what? Because I was sitting there and I was holding him and I had him on one arm and, I was like doing my makeup. I was hanging out and I was like, there's going to be a day where you're no longer just going to be chilling on my arm like that. One day you're going to be heavy. Like we're
Yeah.
going to have to use two hands here.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for him to get bigger, but I'm trying to appreciate and remind myself, like, you're so cute right now. You're just a little baby.
Yeah. Enjoy the moment.
Yes, exactly. But it is very cool. Like he's only been through one shed so far. So I'm just excited to see him go through more.
Nice.
And yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so colubrids. So are you interested in any colubrids?
To be completely honest, I don't know what a colubrid is.
Oh, okay, so a colubrid is like your king snake, corn snake, milk snake, cobra.
Okay. I haven't looked into those, honestly. I've stayed in my first one was a ball python, and then I went to boa. I have looked at them a little bit, mainly because Ray's Reptiles, she has a couple. So I've looked at her, like corn snake. I don't think they're for me. I think I am a boa girly for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I do love how pretty corn snakes are. Like they just have the prettiest colors to them. So
Yeah.
maybe, but for now, probably not.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, for me, I love like the dark colors. And ball pythons, I love the light colors, but if I could find a full black, like the Mexican black king snake, yes. But in a king snake, whew, so
That would be
funny
so
story,
sick.
right? So I found at the last show that I was at an Eastern black king snake. I'm like, okay, it's finally here, the last one. And so it was black, but then when it shed, it started having white spots. And I'm like, why do you have white spots? Right. And so I'm texting my friends. I'm like, is this a real Eastern black? Like, it's supposed to be full black when it grows up. And they're like, I don't know what you got, but it's got some spots. I don't know. I'm like, no.
That's so scary. Like I said, with the ball python, he was black and white when I got him, and like I'm not kidding, 2 sheds later, he was brown and white, and I was like, oh, okay. So even when I got Cheshire, I did my research on the breeder too to make sure like he was legit, but I was so nervous for his first shed because I was like, what if he's gonna turn brown? So it's scary, you have to like trust the breeder and like make sure there's some kind of like good reputation with it so you can trust it. But that's terrifying. That's so sad. Yeah, those white dots would send me into orbit.
Right. I mean, that's the thing about snakes. They go through these different color changes and stuff like that so they get to their actual adult colors. But same thing with tarantulas. But I was like, you know what, it's fine, I still have a king snake, it's good. Maybe down the line I'll actually find a full black one. We'll see. We'll just see it till he grows up because he's just a little worm right now. but yeah. Yeah, that happens. When you're in the hobby or whatever, you see something you like and you do your research on it, and sometimes the person who sells it to you may be lying to you. So there are some things in the hobby where you have to really do your research and know what you're getting, because sometimes the vendors, they just want, their money. And sometimes they're just there for that. They're not really there for you.
Exactly.
So that's something.
There's so much research to be done when it comes to reptiles. And that's, with the breeders, and that's with, just care. I mean, you could go down a rabbit hole of like, what's the best thing for your snake? I mean, my goodness, like there are full on fights in the Reddit groups about, should you take your snake out of the enclosure to feed? Should you use red light? Should you not? And like people die on these hills, and it's like, come on. And then it's like at that point, if you find yourself going down that rabbit hole at that point, you're like, what is good? Like, am I just a terrible person at this point? Because at that point, nothing's right.
That's true. It's a lot of stuff to consider as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So it's like it's trying to figure out, what is, this is what the snake needs, or this is what the reptile needs, and then this is all kind of preference almost. And so trying to figure out, you got to do your own research. You can't just trust the one person that you ask, because sometimes they're wrong, and making sure that they have a reason and like facts to back up why they're saying why you should use this and why you shouldn't use that, or why you shouldn't do this. So
that's so true. You're so right. But we are at the halfway mark, so I'm going to play a few commercials, and then we can actually get into the oddities part of our show. So I'm going to play, so don't go anywhere. I'm just going to play a few commercials.
Alrighty.
And we'll start with my favorite one right here.
Beasts, Brews, and Botany is the most unique reptile show in Northern Virginia and maybe in the country. It's at Eavesdrop Brewery that has delicious alcoholic beverages and a wonderful array of food in the area as well. Courtyards to chill in. It's dog friendly. It's kid friendly. You can bring the whole entire family out. You can get all your plants, arachnids, reptiles. You could get dart frogs, vampire crabs, and take photos with reptiles as well. The first Sunday of each month at Eavesdrop Brewery is Beasts and Brews, so the reptile show. And the second Sunday of every month is Brews and Botany at Eavesdrop Brewery. Now, this event is held by my good friend Kiko, and he actually has a variety of carnivorous plants as well. He ships said carnivorous plants anywhere in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. So that's Venus flytraps, sundews, any carnivorous plant you could want. Go give him a follow at Flora Esoterica on Instagram and Facebook. And definitely, if you're in Northern Virginia, you need to check out Beasts, Brews, and Botany. You will not be disappointed.
Nice. And now, I know this kind of passed a little bit a while back, but for this commercial here, you can also catch up on this channel for like more information on all your reptiles and stuff like that. So this channel is actually pretty good. I'm going to show you right now.
Epic is back, bringing you experts in snakes, geckos, frogs, and spiders, and more of your favorite content creators. This exotic pet conference is free, and it's all online. Emily from Snake Discovery will be delivering our keynote address. You won't want to miss this event. Mark your calendars for September 27th at 1 p.m. Eastern. With 17 sessions across 4 tracks, Epic is the largest, most comprehensive event of its kind. Visit epic.live to see the schedule, our guest list, and more details. See you there.
Awesome. So it's still on YouTube on his channel, and I find it very informative. So for those who are getting into the hobby or whatever, and they need more information, those they're run down by like in columns. So like whatever you are looking at, you can just click on it and it'll help you out. So my best friend is here, Kevin.
Oh, hi.
Kevin Sugar Skull Serpents, guys, go check him out. We're going to be at the Long Island show in February 7th. So yeah, he's going to be vending. A whole bunch of us are going to be vending. So he's going to be there. We're all going to be there. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Okay. So oddities. As goth girlies, is there something like when it comes to decorating your enclosure and stuff like that? A lot of people have mixed feelings about using certain decor. Like a lot of people like to use, natural stuff like that and other things. I use both. I use natural and I use plastic, whatever, things that are not going to harm your animals, of course. But I like to use skulls because I like bones and stuff like that. But I like it because there's a very artistic view to it. It's not like because it's dark. No, I like it because you can see the art in it and you can see the actual like creation of creation, So I have skulls. What do you like to use for your decor?
So I also have fake plants, plastic plants. I do want to get real ones. I tried to do a little bit of research, and again, this is where it goes. This is where it kind of gets into the whole like you can hear one or the other side on Reddit, and I was hearing like there's bad things to using real plants, and I was like, okay, or like you can only use this one, only use this one, and then I just kind of scared myself out of it. It was kind of like, oh, do I want to take that risk? So I haven't gotten there yet. I would love to. I've seen people. I'm blanking on the word.
Bioactive.
Sorry, what?
Bioactive.
Yes. Yes. I would love to do that one day. That is like my all-time goal for my enclosure.
Yeah.
So hopefully one day I'll start working into that. But I do want to get some skulls. I actually am going to an Oddities like expo at the beginning of the year. So I'm hoping, I just got him in October. He has like, it's a lot of plants. I feel like my whole house is very like skulls, bats, ghosts everywhere. And so I'm kind of like, what do I want to do with his tank? Do I want to add to that vibe or kind of switch it up? And so I think I might focus on like the plants aspect and make it super green. I do, of course, want to add some skulls. So I'm hoping I'll find some cool things there. That's kind of where I think I'm going to go all out and find some stuff. Because then it's like the basic stuff at PetSmart or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want that. So I'm hoping I'll find some unique stuff and get to start actually like fully decorating, because right now it's all plants, so it's not as fun as I want it to be yet.
So I was at one of these shows, and there's this guy that he was vending like taxidermy animals and other things, and he had a display enclosure for one of his snakes. I forgot what snake it was, but it was so beautiful. I wish I took a picture of it. So he had it, all natural, cork bark, plants and everything. But he also used like actual like skeletons, like a full skeleton of an animal for the hide. So like he used the rib cage. I don't know if it was a raccoon or a rabbit. It was one of those two. Wow. And he used, it was so cool. So he laid it out the whole enclosure, and it was like a mountain range. So like the rib cage would be sticking up so the snake could go through down, and then it would go through the tunnel of like the esophagus and then up the skull as one of the hides. And I'm like, that is so cool. The coolest part about it was bioactive, and he had it there. I don't want to say while it was decomposing, but while it was in the process of white boning. So like the bugs that eat like the meat and the flesh and everything was still working on the carcass. Yeah, it was so cool. So
that is so unique.
Yeah, so it added beneficial nutrients to the soil. So I'm like, that is so cool.
That's so sick. I'm gonna start looking into that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, that would be a really cool idea. There's so many really neat enclosures that I've seen. And I always get so much inspiration. So it's hard to choose like, oh, I want to go that route or this route or that route. So what time?
What time, of course. Have you seen other people on YouTube where you can get those ideas?
There's definitely a few. I mean, I don't have any off the top of my head, but there's been a couple times where I've looked up and I'm like, okay, this is a really cool setup. And it's cool when they show you the full, like, this is what I got and this is how I did it and this is how I set it up. Because there's also been a couple where it's like, oh, it's already fully done. Cool, look at this. I'm like, yeah, it's really cool, but how do you do it? So there's so much material out there. And so
real quick, let me answer this question. He is a clown ball python. Let me blow myself up. Okay. So he is high white pied. See the colors of the white in it. And I have his brother and sisters are coming. So he came from Kyle over at Markham Reptiles. Please go check him out if you are into ball pythons. He has a great collection of ball pythons, white lip pythons, and carpets. So please go check him out at Markham Reptiles. how do I take myself out? There we go. Oh wait, no. Oh my gosh. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, he's awesome. His brother, well, when the warmer gets better, his brother and sister are coming. And I also have some other ball pythons coming in as well. Such a nice pattern. Thank you. I know I love them. So that's actually a nice segue. Thank you for that comment. This one right here. Because when it comes to snakes and everything, what is your favorite pattern? Like, not just like the full black, but like, do you have other favorite patterns that you like?
I love the full black. I love I don't know the actual name for it, but the one that's like the jack-o'-lantern one, which kind of looks like yours. That's what I thought it was at first.
Oh, okay.
That one's really cool. But I like the standard ones too. Like, I always thought the ones, like when I would go to a reptile store and they have the one ball python that's like $25, I always thought the basic morphs were just so pretty, and I feel like they're the forgotten ones in a way, and I think they're so cool. So I don't know, I like those ones, but I'm such a sucker for all black. Everything in my closet's all black. So
Same.
Yeah.
Everything.
What about you?
Oh yeah, for sure. My corn snake, his enclosure came all yucky brown, and I'm like, this doesn't belong here. It needs to be painted black. So I actually spray painted it black. Everything in there was black, and
I love it. His enclosure is black too.
Yeah. Black is a happy color.
It is. What is your favorite pattern?
I love, of course, the full black, but I also love like Beetlejuice, the black and white, like the pattern, literally black and white.
Yes.
Yeah, like the spiral and stuff like that. I love that. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but on ball pythons, I love the pinstripe. I love the GHI, Xanthic, anything that has to do with Xanthic.
Yes.
Yeah. And leopard.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I love the Xanthic ones too. I forgot about that one, but yes.
Yeah. All these like different morphs, and when I first started getting into like morphs and snakes and stuff, I'm just like, what? But then, after a while, you're like, oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, that's this one. So it gets easy. So don't worry about like not remembering all these morphs and stuff like that, because you'll get it.
There's a lot. There's so many.
Yeah.
But I just remembered too, there was a silver one that I saw. I think it was a ball python. And yeah, I'm boring. I like the solid colors, but it was like a gray, but like silver. And I was like, this is the most beautiful snake I've ever seen in my life. Because I originally wanted the albino ones. I originally wanted that one or an all black. And then I saw the silver one and I was like, that one. And then I looked around, and then that's when I found the black and white ball python that I did have. So we went with that one, but that silver one, gorgeous. I've never seen another one like it. I actually went, when I was looking for black devils, I was looking for a silver one, because I was like, you know what, I could do another ball python if I could find that silver one. Couldn't find it. So I don't know.
Oh man, it was a ball python?
Yeah, it was a ball python.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this is one of my favorite boas, but have you ever heard of the Tamahumara boa? It's the mountain, is it the mountain gray boa? Something like that. It's like a pygmy boa. So a dwarf species of like a regular boa, but they only go up to like 6 feet or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of them, but I haven't seen one. I feel like I've read the name of it, but I don't know. I'm gonna go look it up.
You gotta look it up. They're so cool.
Oh, there's so many cool boas too. I love the green ones. Oh.
The green tree boas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those ones are cool. I was debating between that one, but again, such a sucker for the black, so I had to. But maybe my next one.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you have a list. You have a whole life ahead of you to write everything down, do your research, and you get to decide.
Yes, I'm so new in the community, and I know that, and I'm never gonna act like I know something I don't. So with time, like I said, there's so much to learn. So
yeah, we have a question for you. How many snakes is the perfect amount to keep before you have too many? I think that's a general thought question. I would say, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, like you had said earlier. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, not just for yourself, but for the animal. You want to give the animal the best life. And in order to do that, you need to be stable and you need to have the correct things. So, it all depends.
Yeah, it's all definitely dependent on who you are, what's your lifestyle like. Like I also have my
Mhm.
dog, and so I am so thankful that she likes snakes.
Yeah.
And so my ball python, like I would just chill because ball pythons they will just chill, and I do miss that with
Yeah.
with Cerberus, which was my ball python's name, because I could just watch a movie and he would just sit there and not even move. But my boa moves so much, so he's definitely a lot more like I have to actually like handle him versus like, oh, this is cute, we can just Netflix and chill together.
Yeah.
But at least like my dog likes snakes and she'll just chill. She's very calm.
Mhm.
But some aren't. And so, if you have other or other animals that might not like snakes, then you can't probably have 6 snakes and then also maintain your lifestyle with your other pets too. So I think it's very personal. And like, are you traveling all the time? Then yeah, again, you probably shouldn't have like 6 snakes. But for me, I think honestly like 2 or 3 might be my max if I were to get more, just because I think that's tolerable. The schedules would be good. But other people have like 12 and I wish I was them.
Yeah. So do you have any other reptiles or is it just that one snake?
Just Cheshire, my dog Raven, and I.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. How long you've had Raven?
I've had Raven for 4 years now. She's 7.5. She actually we just celebrated her 4th gotcha day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a cutie. I love her. She's a brat, but
Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting like any type of other reptile other than a snake, like a gecko or anything like that?
I think tarantula's been the only one that I've like thought about actively. A chameleon would be so sick. So
I have a chameleon, let me tell you. Okay. I think there's different types of grumpiness when it comes to chameleons. Depending on the species. I have a veiled chameleon. He thinks he is the king of the world. He thinks he's royal, so you can't touch him. But he calms down after. But like, I think chameleons are great for someone who likes sass and likes, he likes attitude basically, because that's what he is.
really?
Yes, I love him, but he is so sassy. I love him. I love him so much.
How does he show his sass? I don't really know anything about chameleons other than what I've seen when I go to the reptile store. So I am definitely interested to know.
Okay. Okay. So he knows when it's food time. He knows when it's okay. He has a strict schedule. Exactly 7 p.m. he goes to sleep. Exactly 7 a.m. he wakes up. 12 o'clock, he wants his food. If he doesn't get his food exactly at 12 o'clock, he will start breaking leaves, trying to like break the lock because he knows how to do it. And he will literally walk over to where his food is at and wait there and like, are you going to open this or not?
That's crazy. Stop. I love it.
He's a genius. Okay.
Wow. That's so funny. I didn't realize they were like that.
Yeah.
I
but I don't know, because like panther chameleons, from what I've heard, what I've read, what I've seen, they're more like chill, more calm. So I would like to get a panther, but not right now, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you will be nice with a panther chameleon.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to start doing some research.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it too, so before his enclosure, before I got like this big giant one, I had him on a big giant tree and he would just sit there. Like the Dark Den, I don't know if you ever seen his videos. He used to have a chameleon. He had a big giant tree and that was his enclosure. Like there was no limits to like, how do you say that? Doors. There was no doors. There was no walls.
It was literally just a tree.
Yeah, just a tree. And so in the beginning, I had him on that, but then I found out that he likes to walk all over the place. And so I would find him either in the kitchen or in the bathroom or wherever. So I made him in a full enclosure. He still does venture out. He does free roam and he comes back sometimes a day later. But yeah, that's the cool thing about chameleons is that you can have them free roaming and it's okay.
Huh, that is so cute. I
Yeah.
love that. Oh, I
Yeah.
could definitely see that now being my next one. Maybe that and then a tarantula.
Yes. I have to have you back on my other show, Web Wonders, to talk about your when you do get your first tarantula.
I'll let you know. I would love to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is there a tarantula that you are looking into that you might like or?
I don't know because again, my knowledge is very limited. I will start off by that.
Mhm.
But I mean, black and lavender are my favorite colors.
Okay.
So I have seen one. Actually, the same woman who let me hold her female tarantula, she had like a lavender-looking tarantula, and I was like, "This
Yeah.
is so sick." But again, that's when it comes down to like, all right, let's be smart about this. She was even telling me like she's feisty. I can't remember if it's a female or male. It's spicy, and like she'll run, she'll get out of like I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something I would be ready for my very first one. So realistically, I would take the most beginner friendly one and go with
Okay.
that, just to make sure I'm like easing into it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna show you
Yes.
the one that you need.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
I'll show you some of the size differences as well on it.
I don't know if you're being a good influence or a bad influence because now I'm about to start looking and researching right after we get off of this.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Maybe. All right, she is right here. You see that? So she is a Grammostola pulchra, a Brazilian black lab.
A black lab is so funny.
Yeah, because they have the demeanor of a black lab.
Really?
Yeah, can you see that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
my God.
she is a doll. Grammostolas are amazing. Yeah, they're very, I say docile in quotations because you just never know what personality they're going to wake up, you know?
Mhm.
But the majority, the consensus is that they are very docile. And then I'll show you. So this is the juvenile. I'll show you the adult.
How old is she?
She's probably 10.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, 10 years old. And then Gotham is my puppy. There we go. You see.
Oh,
He has
yeah.
a bald spot right now because he's getting ready to molt, shed.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know. Can you see him through the glass?
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay. Hold on. Let me take this.
Okay.
If I open this, he's going to want to come out. Like, I took you out yesterday.
Oh. Oh my gosh, stop.
Yeah,
So
that's
cute.
him.
I love his legs. They're like a little gray. That's cool.
Yeah, like they have like a gray tinge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they are the full black tarantula. There's a lot of black tarantulas out there, and why can I keep this still? Hold on. Yeah, my whole thing when I first got into tarantulas was I need a full black tarantula, of course.
Yes, 100%.
So my first one was this one. But it was a sling when I had one and it died. So I ended up getting more and whatever. And then I came across him I got him when he was a sling, and now he's probably like 15 years old or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the black lab one.
Yes. Uh-oh. I've created a monster.
Yes. I'm like, oh no, wait, chameleon, tarantula. Can I get an all black chameleon? I'll just put him on a black tree.
Right. Ooh, that would be so cool.
That would be sick.
Yeah. Oh, let me catch up on the comments. I missed up on all the comments. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, it's very rewarding when you get to see them grow up and you get to see them, shed or molt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then having the ability to handle them when they're in the mood. They have a certain feel to them. Like you can feel how fragile they are. And you get to have a better understanding of these creatures because they're so highly misunderstood. And um, yeah, like once you have one, you get to see the difference.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
The one time that I held one, like you said, they're so fragile. And that's what really changed my mind on them, because just watching her like calculate her steps, I don't even know how to explain it, but just being like, oh wow, she's like scared. Like she doesn't know who I am and where she's at. She's got brought to this like expo. Like
Yeah.
like just watching her just like carefully walk on my hand, and then like I was holding her for a few minutes, so like I could almost like feel her get a little more comfortable and like walk a little bit more around, and I was just like, wow, this is so cute. So I would just be scared, I guess, of doing it because I live like by myself, and like I would hate to. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier of like getting it and then being scared, and then I have nobody to kind of help me handle
Mm-hmm.
him or her, and then what do I do then?
Yeah. I think you would do great. I mean, you already show the excitement and interest. So that's step one.
Mm-hmm.
And you already did step two, which was you got to handle, and you got to get the feel of it. And you are tangled in my hair. See, at least he's not a tarantula. He gets to like get tangled in my hair. But
Yes, I just took a video of my snake getting tangled in my hair like literally 2 days ago, and I was like, "This is great."
Yeah, he like literally grabbed on so tight. Oh my gosh, I got you. I'm not letting you go. They're literally children.
They are. They
Yeah.
are.
So send it to me. I haven't seen that video. Okay, you could find that on her Instagram.
I don't. Yeah,
Hey,
I'll have to go
Karen.
post it. I think I took it, but I never posted it.
Oh, okay. Hey. Oop, I almost dropped this. Oh my god, imagine if I dropped it. No.
Crazy.
So yeah, what is your future looking like when it comes to like expanding your animal care?
As far as like growing my enclosure, is that more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, I got quite a bit of time with him being in this enclosure. I got, I guess, like the biggest size as you could say, like for his like him being a baby. I think he's like a little over a year when I got him. So he's got time in this enclosure. At this point, it's kind of more so just decorating and just making it more homey and giving him maybe more hides and more plants and stuff to hang around. He's such a burrower. Like he loves it under there. He's recently, I have a little like moss branch thing, and he loves hanging out there. He's either there or he's burrowed. It's one or the other. He doesn't use his hide at all. So I'll have to try to figure out something with that. But yeah, I would say just more so decorating and just making it aesthetic. I would say honestly is like my next steps for that. But yeah.
That sounds exciting. It's always exciting when you get to expand their enclosure because it clears your mind and it helps you mentally, and it's just it's nice to have that. So what's been your favorite part about keeping your snake?
Holding him.
Yes.
Holding him, but I think honestly, I have had so much fun making videos of just sharing things about him, making the feeding videos, and then adding the facts in there. I think was so cool because most of my followers, I mean, I'm very small. Most of my followers are my friends or people of friends, and so a lot of them, I don't know a single one of them, maybe one or two that have a snake, but everybody else, you have a snake? That's crazy, And so seeing from the beginning of like people being like, what is that? To like I get feedback now and people are excited for it. And that's really cool to me because I'm so excited about my snake. And so getting to, you know, make videos of him and sharing how gorgeous he is and how chill he is and how unique snakes are too, like that to me is just so cool. Like I said, that guy that, you know, got me into snakes just by letting me hold him, like that is such a feeling that I hope that I can bring to other people. And so it's just been really fun. And then I can add other hobbies in that too. You know, I love fashion and I like, you know, fitting outfits together. So kind of just, you know, layering on things that I already love doing. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have a cool snake. So it's just, it's really cool.
Yeah. I like how you combine both features. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And yeah, I'm excited for him to get bigger.
Definitely. So 2 more questions. For, you know, because this is Vibes Up, we talk about positivity, but we also talk about like the negative part about it because it's everywhere we see, you know, it's everything that we go through. So how would you handle someone coming to you with a negative comment about your animal?
What can you do? Right. I'm luckily I haven't gotten too many. The couple that I have gotten are more so, you know, oh, you shouldn't do this or you should do this and why aren't you doing this? And so for that, it's kind of more so just shutting it down in a way that's like, okay, I hear your suggestion. What I'm doing is fine. What I'm doing is okay. I'll, you know, maybe if it isn't a genuine suggestion, I'll go look into it. But if it's wrong or if it's something that I don't agree with, I'll share it. And so I don't know. Everybody's gonna have something to say. It's social media. So it's really just, you know, and if I've had a couple negative comments just about my snake in general, and it's, you know, I get that it's not for everybody. Like some people don't like dogs, some people don't like baseball for the people that post baseball stuff, you know? So at this point, my content's just not for you. And that's fine. If you're here to learn, if you're here to, because you're interested or excited or whatever, I want you here. If you're just curious, I want you here. If you are going to just hate on it or you don't want it, unfollow me. Get out. Rocks. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. If somebody is like really being negative about it, you know, like thanks, but that's okay. Go find what you like and do that.
Exactly. You said it so beautifully done. Thank you. Yeah. See, we all love you. See? Yeah. So for our last question, being in the hobby now in the community, you are now known and will be known. What is something you would like someone to remember you by?
Probably just being myself. But I think like that's what I really try to show on the videos that I post with Cheshire, and whether it's the feeding videos or sharing things about him, like I don't know, just always be yourself. And, you know, it's okay to say that you don't know something. Like I said it earlier, like I am so quick to tell you, like I have really only been in this for about a year. I would say in the last few months, I've been learning so much more than I have in this whole year. And so just being able to say like, hey, I don't know this, or I do know this, and being able to share and be genuine and be helpful to somebody else and not being afraid to like reach out. Like I will never thank Ray enough for, I had reached out to her right before I got Cheshire, and just having her respond to me as a well-known creator and like being so open to helping me. I'm like, okay, that is what I want to do. And that's who I want to be for other people. So I hope people just remember me for being me and being myself.
Perfectly said. Wow. Yes. See, you have a great comment here too. You're always teaching me things about reptiles from your videos. See?
Aw, thanks, Sam.
It's
fun. It's fun. And I learned so much too. Like when I do the facts on the videos, I'm like, wow, I get so excited to share them because when I learned that boa constrictors have 100 teeth, that blew my mind. I was like, I need everybody to know this right now because that is just insane. So it's so cool for myself, and I'm learning so much just as I'm sharing the knowledge. So all around, it's a great time. I love it.
Yeah, for real. Wow, Tanner, you have been amazing on this show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Um,
having me. Seriously, it was so nice meeting you and talking with you. And you now have me going to research tarantulas and chameleons after this.
there you go. Yeah. Real quick, I want to, nope, it's not here. Never mind. On Thursdays, there's also another podcast within the reptile community called RWO. So it's on at either right now or 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So feel free to go watch that over on YouTube as well. And yeah, if you love snakes, if you love fun facts, go check them out. And we will cut it here. And like always, like every show, I always forget to put the ending. But yeah, we will continue talking later, Tanner. Thank you everybody in the comments for being here and supporting Tanner. And we will see you in our next episode.
Oh, bye.
Bye. Oh, nope, that wasn't it. every time. Okay, here we go.
Lights come on, pulse in the air, we unite. Cold-blooded got 5 feet in the night. Cold-blooded caffeine, fueling the fight. Reptile crew got our backs tight. Thank you fam for keeping us all. CMB reptiles rolling with soul. Hold no soul, lifting a goal. Together we burn like burning coal. Elevate more fries in the show. Irresistible pythons letting it flow. Battery crew, yeah, we watch them go. Indigo, reptile coast, set the glow. Shut up feeders, we're shut out feeders. Under the rock, we're cold-blooded hitters. Ship your reptiles, make life better. South Bay reptiles, through every weather. Blue tongue, shaman, blue tongue republic. Arc adventures, riding republic. No fakes, no breaks, we're here to publish. Taking it higher, dreams embellished. Sponsors love through beats, we rise. Showing thanks met under the skies. Unite the world, reptile ties.